It's time for Declare Your Independence with Ernest Hancock.
Believe me when I say we have a difficult time ahead of us. But if we are to be prepared for it, we must first shed our fear of it. I stand here without fear because I remember that I am here not because of the path that lies before me, but because of the path that lies behind me. I remember that for 100 years we have fought these machines. And after a century of war, I remember that which matters most. We are still here! Tonight, let us make them remember we are not afraid!
No fear, no fear, no fear, no fear here on Declare Your Independence of me, Ernest Hancock, here in Phoenix, Arizona, from the BEA beautiful studios of Freedoms of the Nest, freedomsphoenix.com. Now, today we're going to do, for the first half hour of this hour, we're going to go to New Hampshire, and we'll talk about that for a little bit. And then in the second half hour of the first hour, I got to get you up on some of the news of the day. Damn. Man, did you buy beans yesterday? Better get on it. Got chick, you're going to need them. Oh, lots of stuff is happening. Then in the second hour, we have some local news here. Ray Stern is the author of a story in the Phoenix New Times. It's a periodical, a weekly that comes out here, and it's kind of from the left and so on. But they got it going on about Joe Arpaio. This whole regime thing is starting to crash down. It may be of interest to some people around the country because you don't know Joe like we know Joe. And it's just getting ugly. So we'll go ahead and talk about that and see what's going on there, because it's just examples of larger stuff all over the country. So we'll have some fun with that. But first I want to introduce Sovereign Curtis. Now, he's in charge of Porcfest 2011 this year, and I want to go ahead and we'll get his whole story and Porcfest also. Welcome, Curtis. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me, Ernie.
You know, what I want to do, let's go ahead and get right to the nitty-gritty. Let's go ahead and tell me all about Porcfest and how it came about and what its relationship, if any, with the Free State Project and how they're different and the kind of people that go and what you've done in the past and what's special about 2011. Just help us out, man.
All right. Well, the Porcupine Freedom Festival, or Porcfest for short, is the Free State Project's premier liberty event. It holds two a year, Porcfest and Liberty Forum. And Porcfest is a summertime camp-out retreat. I like to consider it sort of like an activist retreat based on the type of people who come out there. It's a chance for activists to get together and meet each other and recharge their batteries and get hyped for the summertime. You know, a lot of activism occurs in the summer. And it's this is the 9th annual Porcupine Freedom Festival. It actually began before the Free State Project chose New Hampshire as the target state, with a camp-out that was hosted by New Hampshire natives who wanted to entice the Free State Project to choose New Hampshire. It generally is a weekend or week-long escape to New Hampshire filled with games, fun, entertainment, speakers, dance parties, kids events, you name it, we got it. It's quite an amazing event.
Yeah, you know, I give you my perspective. I went last year and participated, and I tell you, it is a week-long camping trip with a bunch of people that are just think the way you do. You know, they're just peaceful. They're armed. they trade in silver and gold. They're just getting along. They self-sufficient. Nobody's mooching off anybody, and it's voluntary trade. And you got all kinds of booths that are trading services and food and material and just all kinds of goodies. And it's just a good time, and for the kids. And what I found it interesting, you know, you'll have I missed it. Some of the guys that were staying next to us, he won the pole dance, you know, so they were just having some fun with that. But at the same time, you'll have a bunch of kids activities out on play areas and such, and they'll have all kinds of things for them to do. Little kids, preteens, teenagers. It's just they are free to run wild, and they aren't that wild. They just have fun, and they respect other people's privacy and property and so on. And, nobody's worried about anything getting stolen. Nobody's worried about, they just leave out their food and drinks and everything, put money in the bucket. It's just a very pleasurable event. And then at night, lots of fun. There's all kinds of different things going on. Tell us about some of the things that in the past years have been some of your favorites and what we might look forward to this year.
Well, a couple of my favorite events that we're bringing back this year. One is Soapbox Idol, which is an adaptation of the American Idol type of game show in which liberty activists get up on stage and they've got 3 minutes to make their most interesting, compelling rant in order to please the judges and earn the title of Soapbox Idol champion. This will be the third year we're doing it, and the last 2 years have been very entertaining, always funny, and sometimes there's a few surprises thrown in. So that'll be returning this year. Also, you alluded to your neighbor from last year winning the pole dancing competition. That occurred at Buzz's Big Gay Dance Party last year, and that's returning as Buzz's Bigger Gay Dance Party this year. And it's what's known as a tea dance, which is a dance in the gay community that occurs in the afternoon, so before the sun goes down. So this will occur from 3 to 6 in the afternoon on Friday, I believe. And it's one thing that we've got a decent number of people here that are gay or lesbian or whatnot, but it seems that just about everybody that likes to have a good time likes to dress up for Buzz's party and just tear loose for about 3 hours. So I'm looking
that's
forward
one
to
thing I noticed. I'm not even sure the guy that won. I don't even know if he was gay. Was he?
I don't think so.
I don't think he was. And it's just
he got up on that pole and did it so well that
Hey man, they I guess it's more attractive to the gay community when you got a straight guy doing shaking it, but the thing is that it doesn't seem to segregate in any way like that. A lot of times you'll have events and you'll have, well, all the gay guys are over there and all the women are over there and all the men are over there and all the young are over there. It's just so it's all bound by a single thing. We're the leave me alonist. I mean, they're just so pleasant to be around, and anyone that's not, they're quickly identified. And I remember there was someone that it was so easy to identify the Fed, So they're going, this guy, Fed, right over there, just FYI, I want to make sure to know, because of course they didn't deny it and they're gone. But, it's just so easy to find when someone's just in there trying to stir up a ruckus or something or find out something. So it's a lot of fun. It's a good time, and it's just unorganized enough to, please me. But you got different events that are going to happen. What are some of the other events that you like?
Well, one of the things I'm looking forward to most this year is a new event we're just starting up. It's the first annual Liberty Roast, and I hope this will become a Porcfest tradition, in which we're going to take, one of our special guests and make him, our guest of honor, and then we're all going to make fun of him.
Who are you doing this
and
year?
I believe you're on the roster to be a roaster, aren't you?
Yeah, I know, but you gotta tell everybody who it is.
Well, we're going to roast Stefan Molyneux.
Oh, Stefan Molyneux from Toronto. Yeah, he's so easy.
Yeah, well, we figure that the bald jokes and the Canadian jokes are just too easy, so I'm hoping all the roasters step up their game and don't rely on that easy bit of shtick.
I'm saving mine till then, but it's going to be a good time. He's really looking forward to it. I talked to him a couple days ago, and he's honored and he wants to have fun, and fortunately, hopefully, he's got enough self-esteem to buttress up his ego.
I think he'll be fine.
I'm sure he'll be all right. What's the weather looking like?
Generally, it's some pretty good early summer weather. Porcfest occurs during the summer equinox, so it's the longest day of the year. At the beginning of Porcfest there. In northern New Hampshire, that doesn't generally mean it's definitely not August weather. You know what I'm saying? But you could expect highs of maybe the low 80s, and nighttime lows are possible into the, say, 50s. And you can probably expect we'll get rained on once or twice during the week as well, but usually that doesn't matter, and we have a good time regardless of the weather.
It was very pleasant. It's someplace to take the children. It's someplace to take your significant other, to introduce people to what we went with some friends that had not been immersed in an agorist society type thing, and they were very, very impressed, relaxed, enjoyed it, had a good time. We're going to talk about some of the speakers and presentations that are there and what you can learn by going to Porcfest 2011 when we come back here on Declare Your Independence with me, Ernest Hancock, and Sovereign Chris. Sovereign Chris, he's going to tell us how he got that name, too. We'll be right back.